Welcome to the Conscious Creative Podcast, your weekly dose of soul-to-soul conversation that will have you saying peace out to your 9 to 5 to explore in your sacred calling. The topics center around conscious business and interviews with the folks who started them. We'll be exploring the art of being human and what it takes to live your life fully expressed and financially free. I'm Christina Gomes, and I went from high-paying job as a psychotherapist to leaving it all behind for my desire to travel the world playing my original music, to becoming the CEO and soulpreneur founder of freeyourcreativity.org, where I help visionary leaders create the businesses of their wildest dreams. If you have a sacred calling, stick around. My prayer is that you become the permission slip for the collective as you hear the soul-inspiring stories that call you forth into creative action. Let's get to the soul. Hello, we are live. We're live in my group, the Conscious Collective. Hello, this is an impromptu live, and we're live on Instagram. Most likely this live video will be on my podcast, the Conscious Creative Podcast. So if you're listening there, also feel free to give a review. Anything that you can do to help more people find this message is highly appreciated. It really works to help and with your karma points to, if you're not ready for this message, if you know someone who is, please send it to them. And I wanted to talk to you today because I just gave a piece of coaching that blew my own mind. And I wanted to pop on here and talk to you about messaging and the way that I'm helping my client this morning. So I have a private mentorship called the Magnum Opus Mentorship. And in that mentorship, I help people to elevate their message and their offer and refine their sales process. So in the beginning, I always work with people's messages because we want to already start saying things online that are priming people to buy our programs, feel safe to jump into our offers, feel connected to our messages and our values and our visions and our missions. And from our message, we make more money. Money is the byproduct of having a clear, precise, and eloquent message that speaks directly to your soul-aligned clients and has them knowing that your offers and services are the answer to their prayers. Messaging is the moneymaker, and I also teaching my clients how to have a content strategy that disperses this message in a way that touches on the neurological, psychological, deep points of the unconscious and conscious mind that allow for them to come to your calls going, no, I know what the offer is. I'm here. I'm ready to buy. How do I work with you? When can we start? And they don't need to be explained your offer. They don't need to be explained the value of your offer because you've already done that work in your messaging. So messaging is nuanced. It's not one I help statement, but this morning I was helping my client to optimize her Insta bio and her value proposition, also known as an I help statement, also known as something that you can pop on the top of your bio that clearly says in a few sentences in the shortest way possible, the value of working with my client or working with you, working with me. We all have an Insta bio. If it's not optimized yet, I invite you to join Resonance. We begin next week, next Tuesday, and it's only half off for 2 more days. So Resonance is a very valuable program. I'm going to talk to you about the value of it in just a moment, but I first want to reveal this idiom, this piece of coaching, this wise golden nugget of wisdom that I just dropped into my coaching container with my client. She has private access to me in the Magnum Opus mentorship. So I was coaching her this morning via voice note, and I want to deliver you this piece of wisdom. And then I want to talk about the value that I'm going to bring in Resonance starting next week, where we're going to go deep on magnetic messaging and create the assets, the content strategy, the sales pages, the posts that attract you, your soul aligned clients consistently and with less time, meaning you don't need 1,000 posts when you have 5 really good ones. Okay. So I was coaching my client this morning. Now she's a revolutionary. She's deep. She works in the shadows. She's going deep with her clients and she's helping a really special market. She's helping people that are highly creative, highly sensitive. Maybe they identify as neurodivergent, maybe they don't, but they're definitely a unique set of people in the marketplace. And we were coaching around her words and going esoteric versus going clear. And a lot of spiritual entrepreneurs, soul-led leaders, people who are esoteric, deep, mystical, magical, we are using words, and I have used these words. I sat at the foot of the monk for 3 years. I'm no stranger to the depth, to the multidimensionality that is you, to the fact that we are more than a body. All of that is true. And yet, when people come to $1,000 program, a $3,000 program, a $5,000 program, a $20,000 program, you better believe if they're going to part with a good amount of money, that they want to know what they're going to be able to create from working with you. Now, we know this actually. You've probably heard this before, that you get to be tangible in your speech. But oftentimes when we go about moving that message through and being tangible with our speech, we actually fall back on what is comfortable, and that is the esoteric language, the magic, the mystical, or nice to hear words. You know that if you've been in a spiritual community, online or offline, we can get lost in these nice to hear words. We can get lost in, open your heart. And even I say soul aligned clients. Well, what does that mean? I know it touches something in you, but I have a lot of content around the difference between soul aligned clients and any old client. And so I'm doing the necessary, often necessary and maybe not so, like the last thought of, the unthought of thing. You think if you go out and you just show up and you smile and you say you're excited about your work, that people will buy. But nowadays, there's so many coaches popping up on the internet, and it's vital. It is vital for you to be able to clearly express the value of what you do. And so this is the process that I take my clients on in Resonance and in my private mentorship, the Magnum Opus mentorship. And we're like, the way that I described it, I wanted to describe it to you in this way, because I was like, I just downloaded a message in real time as I was coaching my clients, and I wanted you to have this nugget of wisdom as well. So imagine that your messaging, your business, your new message, the message that you're ready to share now. Maybe you've had an awakening. Maybe you've shifted from a niche that wasn't inspiring you to helping deeper people. Maybe you have just left a medicine ceremony and you're all in the esoteric world, and yet you want to still attract clients. Or maybe your message isn't attracting the right kinds of clients, the clients that you are so excited to coach, the clients that you want to spend your morning voice noting and holding space for. These kinds of clients make your business really fulfilling. You go from business to like mission when you're working with soul aligned clients, when you're working with clients that light you up. They have the problems that you love solving. They have the questions that spark a download in you. Okay. So that's infinite. That's big. That's wide. That's expansive. And that's beautiful. And yet, in order for your message to attract those people, it gets to be clear. And so I gave the example of, imagine that you're an artist and you are an artist. Your offers are your art. Okay. Remember that, write that down. Let me say that again. If you're anything like me, you are an artist through and through, and your offers right now get to be your work of art. I'm messing with my hair because yeah, this is its own work of art. So imagine that you are a sculptor, and that's the type of artist and the medium that you're creating your art. So you're a sculptor and you come to this blob of clay, okay? And you want to create a house. You're deep, you're spiritual, you're esoteric, but this is not abstract work. This is clear, precise. I'm building a home with this clay. And you carve and you go, and it's still looking like a blob because you don't have the skills yet to create it into a house. And what I'm doing with my clients is I'm approaching them side by side, and I'm creatively directing them to carve out the fluffy words, carve out the intangible things that don't matter to your next best client, so that you can have less words, more precise words that make sense to people, and have them coming to your offers going, oh, this is a home. This is a home for me. So you're carving, and I'm there teaching you, guiding you how to carve your infinite blob of the things that you could possibly say, and carve that into a home for your clients to enter, a temple space, an invitation, an offering for your clients to feel at home. And they feel at home not in the realm of they don't know what the heck you do. They feel at home when they are clear that this offer is going to change their lives in a few set of ways. And now you may be thinking, oh yeah, I have a post like that. I have a post that tells them how their life is going to change. I have a testimonial post. Now, when you have a content strategy, like the legacy content method that I'm going to be delivering, teaching on, and having you implement and giving you creative reviews on inside Resonance, we start next week. Do not hesitate to reach out, ask your questions. What is this program all about? The link's pinned in the comments on Facebook. It is the first link in my bio. This is a deep dive 6-week program that is like an intensive, but it's not going to be intense. It's going to be really soft. It's going to be really smooth. It's going to feel like you're creating your art. And I am co-creating with you because I have gone before. I have been a messenger way longer than I've been a coach, actually. I mean, yes, I was probably born a coach. I was a cheerleading coach. I went to psychotherapy school, meaning yes, I went to psychotherapy, but also I have a master's in clinical psychology, and I was in that realm, coaching, guiding, and therapizing youth in Hawaii for more than 3 years. And that's the basis for my work. That's the basis for me then traveling and learning the healing arts, yoga, sound healing, cacao ceremony in general, all of the beautiful things that weave into my offerings. Yet, when I attract my clients, there's a know-how. I use the legacy content method that I developed that goes through a series and a cycle of different kinds of content. And at first, this is a new skill. So yes, you got to learn it, you got to implement it, and you're going to be getting creative reviews on your posts so that I can give you those 1-degree shifts, those little upgrades, those subtle shifts. It's not that you need to just like hack off your clay house and start again. We're actually carving, we're molding your message so it's what you truly want to say, but it's also designed to meet people in their subconscious fears, to meet people in their lack of faith. This message is going to bring people off the fence. This message that we're going to co-create together is going to finally attract you clients on repeat, because you'll never come to another call again having people go, I don't understand what is that you do. I just like your energy. And that's awesome. If you have amazing energy, if you're like a generator and you're just like pumping out content all the time, or you're like coming from the influencer realm and you have no problem, you're not shy to make content, but it's not converting, then this is a problem. I work with people like this, but I also work with people that are shy, that are maybe hesitant to go live, and I help them to upgrade their video presence and message and have a comfortable presence online. The way to have a comfortable presence online is to know what you're talking about. And a lot of you are talking about things that you maybe don't have any business talking about right now. And a lot of people do that. They go to a workshop and they're like, oh, okay, now I'm a sound healer, or I'm this. And then you start talking about the tools, or you go to one grief ceremony and now you're a grief healer and you start talking about the tools. But actually, you can add that tool to your toolbox at any moment in life. It's great if you understand grief. It's great that you continue your education. It's great that you continue to go to workshops. And it doesn't mean that you change your whole niche to only be talking about grief because you went to one workshop. That's not an embodied message. So we're going to pull from you your most embodied message, and you can keep acquiring tools and certifications if you want. But the only thing that's going to attract clients is not another certification. It's the understanding of how to market and promote these tools and your certifications so that they make sense to the other person's life, to your client's life, to your best client's life. And so if you're saying esoteric things like, I'm going to help you to find your magic, it's not bad to say that. But if you've been saying that, if you've been saying, I'm going to help you create a better life, then come to resonance, because we're going to take that starting point and we're going to move it into what you're actually here to help people to create. We're going to get crystal clear on who you are being, your most magnetic message, the message that's going to call forth people because you are that, because you are going first. Hey there, visionary leader. If you're resonating with this message, I'd like to invite you into your next level life and business. Enrollment has begun for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. This is my signature group container to help you design an offer so delicious, so juicy, so based on your soul gifts that you are thrilled to invite your soulmate clients inside of it. I'm going to teach you how to promote this offer with a ton of heart and to sell out this offer with ease to meet your revenue goals. I would love to have you inside if you are a visionary leader who knows that they are great at what they do. You'd like to collapse the timeline on how long it takes to reach consistent income with an offer that you truly love. Go to the link in the show notes to apply for the Conscious Creative Business Immersion. I will be sitting with your application individually, and I will send an email to let you know if you've been accepted in a few days after application. Thank you for trusting me with your vision, and I can't wait to see what we co-create. So another thing and another mistake that I see people making is they're trying to sell offers at a price point that they've never jumped in on, or they're trying to get people to invest in themselves. And they're talking about, oh, you should invest in yourself. You should invest in yourself. But they're really talking to themselves because maybe they haven't invested in themselves in a while, or maybe they invested in the wrong program, or maybe they invested in one piece of the puzzle. But if you don't understand how to message and market, then you want to join Resonance. Whether you've had a coach in the past, whether you've never had a coach before, this is the program that is going to rise you into your star power, the human that can write, speak. You know how I'm going live impromptu? This is unplanned. It's because I know how to message. This was unplanned. Yes, I have my planned content strategy. I have things scheduled. I'm ahead in my schedule. We can get you there too, so that you can have more space on your calendar, so that when you get a download, you feel energetic to share it. You feel like, yes, my impromptu messages are working, my planned messages are working, and I'm not throwing spaghetti at the wall anymore. I have a strategy, a method, and I just get to run my creative energy through this method and receive. Also be open to receive your next level content. And that doesn't happen when you're constricted and contracted, continuing to create content that isn't working, on the content hamster wheel, trying to go viral or trying to grow your follower account or trying to whatever with the vanity metrics, flirting with the vanity metrics when you need to be flirting with your soul message. You need to be cajoling the muse of your message. And that is exactly what we're going to be doing in Resonance. Resonance is 6 weeks long. It's going to be a beautiful time together. It's live. We're having live calls. The calls right now are 8 a.m. California time, 12 noon New York. You can Google your local time. 10 a.m. Guatemala time. I'm in Guatemala right now. And these are going to be about 45-minute sessions in training. And then I'm going to answer your cues as well as go deep in personal coaching. What's holding you back? In week 2, we're actually going to devote the whole time to your subconscious blocks around channeling, around moving a message out there. So even if you do have a message, you are creating content and it's not attracting clients at the right price point, it's not attracting clients into your highest value offer, it's not attracting clients that you're like excited to work with, there's some upgrades available for you. So it's not about creating content just all willy-nilly. It's about really diving into the depths of who you are being, which we're going to uncover in week 2. So even if you're creating content, but there's a misalignment. So maybe you're trying to have people invest in themselves and you haven't invested in yourself. This is just a misaligned message. You get to go first. When you invest in yourself, it is going to open up the energetic channels to be like, of course, people invest in my programs because I invest in myself continuously. And now you don't have to invest in yourself continuously, but many of you are out there. You're like, I bought the $700 course, or I got the course on marketing, or I've been buying these $100 things, or I had a life coach, and that's fine. I just want you to know and just give yourself permission to do what it takes to have the business that is satisfying. I'm not saying this to say you didn't invest enough. I'm just saying that what it took for me was over $100,000 in investments in my business, in my self-development, in coaching, and understanding and training in marketing and sales, to make almost $1 million. And so like, you know, if you're like, I invested $100, like, why don't I have this down yet? Have you gotten yourself inside of a room yet where your people are, where we're going to be cultivating and co-creating together this magnetic message that just has you shining, yes, energetically transmitting what your offer is all about, but also having the precise and wise words so that you don't need a year of convincing someone to buy from you, like 4 posts. You'll have the bingeable content. You'll have the pinned posts that work. You'll have the optimized bios either on Facebook or Instagram. Yes, I teach on all of this, but in week 2, I think someone needs to hear this. We're really going to get underneath what is having you hiding in plain sight, or what is having you not say the thing that you know, like that is going to get you clients, that is going to have you filled up, overbooked, overflow, wait lists, all the things that you want. Like there is something, and because I don't know you or your business or your mindset or your mission, it's hard for me to coach you here on these live transmissions. Like I want you to understand the concepts, but when you get coached, when you come inside the room, when you get vulnerable, when you dig deep, this is going to elevate you to a whole other level. And then in week 4, we are going to upgrade your video presence. So whether you're doing lives or you haven't yet, we can unlock why. We can get you at least showing up face to camera, speaking words, either pre-recorded or live. I prefer live because I'm a spontaneous gal. I'm comfortable on live video. It wasn't always this way. It took also hundreds of live videos for me to just pop on, but it works for me because, you know, I could edit a reel and spend hours doing that, or I could press live, say what I need to say. My personality shows through and it works. That might work for you. Reels might work for you. Either way, have upgrading your video presence is going to work for any platform, YouTube, wherever it is. You want to actually upgrade your presence, not the platform. So you don't need another platform. You need an upgraded video presence before you decide to repurpose on other platforms. And I'm going to hand deliver you in week 5 my repurposing strategy so that you can be omnipresent on the internet, but y'all still going out, having brunch, hanging out with your family, going on dates, hanging out with your loved one, whatever it is that you want to do, going on, getting another certification. Like, really, like, I know some of you want to get more certifications. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying, like, another certification isn't going to attract you clients if you don't know how to talk about the work that you do now. It's not, a certification is not going to solve that problem. So having a coach that understands this and understands your creative nature and your desire for expansion and to continue to learn, like, I'm not going to say don't get another certification, but infuse this messaging know-how so that any certification, any tool you collect, any wisdom you receive that you want to transmit to others and you want to help people transform, that you're going to know exactly how to talk about anything, any topic, any niche, any kind of client. You're going to know exactly how to bring your soul aligned clients into your world happily. Yes, I'm seeing happily ever Micah on. Happily. So let me know if you have any questions around resonance. I'm also opening up 15-minute chats. There's so much more. Also, there's bonuses. There's online. You have an online learning portal that you get lifetime access to that also has sales trainings and things like that. But the reason why I'm not teaching on sales in this 6 weeks together is because you will have easier sales calls and easier sales when you learn messaging, because you'll have people self-identifying, saying, oh yeah, I am that, I want that, coming to you asking how they can work with you. Now, yes, you may still want to understand how to hold space on a discovery call, especially if your packages are over $1,000. That's amazing. And I teach sales deeply in another program. I want you to understand sales from a messaging perspective, because you will be selling in your message finally without feeling like a salesperson. You will have the opportunity to attract clients, let them know about your offers, bring them into your offers, your retreats, your courses, your programs, your workshops, whatever it is that is the next step with you that will help somebody change their life. You're going to know how to get them off the fence and into your things without needing 7 sales calls. You know, they might get on a discovery call with you and you'll have sales trainings inside the online learning portal. This program, honestly, like, could be a 10K program. It really, really could. And I am offering this program with incredible payment plans, like unheard of for me. To work with me is normally a 5-figure offer. To work with me privately is 5 figures. So to have this opportunity to connect with other soul-led leaders, to network, to be inside the room, to get personally coached at this price, I am telling you, it will not happen again. I don't normally offer this offer live. It's usually self-paced. And I usually have a 3-month mastermind, which is also not hundreds of dollars a month to join. So this, you can get started today for just a few $100s. And that is unheard of for my work. So you may want to check out the page. You might be thinking, oh, Christina's programs are usually a pretty penny, because yes, my programs are worth it and my clients get the kinds of results. And this is a gift. I am in overflow. My private mentorships are 1 space away from being full. And I have 2 potential people that are moving some money around vying for that spot. And so I am in overflow. So I want to give people the opportunity to work on their messaging without needing the 4 months together that we would normally work privately. And if you are dead set on private coaching, message me. We can upgrade you in the 6 weeks to a 6-week private incubator as well. And This messaging program is going to equip you with everything you need to attract soul-aligned clients as fast as you desire, as fast as the things start clicking, as fast as you understand and understand and implement the coaching. And it's not about going fast, it's about going deep. But when we go deep and we slow down and we understand what's blocking you from your next level, from speaking the message that's going to attract, from saying something fierce and savage, from actually speaking to the kinds of clients that you want to speak to, from letting go of messages that aren't your own, that you think are going to work, all the bull that you might not even realize is going on underneath the surface, we are going to realize together in a safe and beautiful way. But we're also going to get nitty gritty down to the dirty details on how to write and speak words that sell naturally. How to write and speak words that sell naturally. So you can have those 5-figure launches, so you can go out to a networking event and know exactly what to say to a potential client. You can write on the internet. You will walk away with a sales page if you create a sales page. I don't create it for you, but I co-create it with you. So you'll have all the training on it, and then you'll get creative reviews on your sales pages. And if you don't have the tech for a sales page right now, it's more about the message, the copy I'm going to be looking at, so you can have the words in a document, and I will co-edit them with you and have you understand what converts and what doesn't. And then you can take it to a tech person and have it turned into a web page, or you can put it up on Canva. There's ways to link people just to a Canva designed thing, or you can send people a document. Really, people just want to understand how the offer is going to affect their lives. And right now, I can guarantee, no matter how long you've been doing this work, if you're not booked out and full of joy to work with clients, then this is what you're missing. You're not conveying the true value of your work in the world, and that's what we're going to unlock in Resonance. It's been so lovely speaking to you. If you have any questions, private message me and I'll give you the link for a 15-minute face-to-face chat, or you can ask your questions in the DMs. We're not having lengthy sales calls for offer this affordable, and I am available to answer your questions here and hold space for any doubts you have. I'm an open book on this. 15-minute chats, just message me, and it's been so lovely to chat with you today. Bye.